welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Dilbagh, if we could start with you, please. Shiny new livery out on the track, and of course Oliver Rowling joins the team. So what's he bring? An experienced operator.
Well, as you know, Oliver has driven for us earlier also. So he did a one-off cameo in season 2. We were in touch, and obviously when the opportunity came, we were really happy to have him back. Sorry, Gregory.
Yeah. Thank you for apologizing.
No, but it's really nice because, in the end of the day, I think the quality of what Oliver brings is really important into the team. He's a really fast qualifier. He's a real racer in the real sense, and I think having someone local in the United Kingdom also really made a big difference because with travel being reasonably restricted, we wanted drivers who are close by to help us continue the progress in our team.
With the powertrain carried over from last season, is the expectation the same? And that's where you to get back at the top step of the podium, win another race at least.
Well, our expectation is more than that, my friend. We did under-deliver last year, and I think we would be making a lot more progress. So we should be knocking on the podium a lot more this year than what we did last year.
I know excitement's starting to build about Gen 3, but as a founding team principal, can you talk about the importance of the Gen 2 car and what that did for the championship as it's getting ready for its retirement, really?
Well, I think, we look back, being here since day one, I think the best thing about Formula is that we exceeded every expectation we set for ourselves. We set milestones, or then, if you just look at it a regular business, there were milestones in the business, and I think we exceeded it. I think that's been something which is really amazing, and Gen 2 was a huge step up for the championship. The car itself was a story for many years, and I think even if I look at it now in the 4th year, it still looks something different, it still looks something new, it's still exciting. I think that's something which is really amazing because when we designed this car, it was 5 years ago, so to have something which is still relevant 5 years hence is something amazing, and I think we have to give credit to what Formula E did in terms of introducing this car and keeping it fresh over 4 years.
Brilliant, thank you, Dilbagh. Over to you, Gregory, if that's all right. Last season for the team was maybe not quite as strong as people expected or you might have wanted, but have you seen enough over the off season to think, we're going somewhere, we're climbing the order?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the DNA of the team has always been to be at the forefront of the championship it's been fighting in. Obviously, last year has been a combination of bad luck, some errors, mistakes, and of course, as we are human beings, we analyze this and we work on it, and what we are doing now is to making sure this will not be renewed, of course. So we have been working very much off-season to make sure that we improve a lot and we go back in the forefront where we belong.
And of course, you as well have a new driver in the team for this season with Maximilian joining you.
Yeah.
Just talk about how he settled in, how you guys are integrating together.
Maximilian is very positive. He's very implicated in the day-to-day. He brings a lot of energy, new energy. His way of working is different from of Oliver, and of course is as also bringing a new way of progressing. He's bringing also some knowledge from where he was before. So all this is very positive, very good person, very motivated, so very happy to have him, to be honest.
Brilliant, thank you. And Jerome, if we could move over to you, please. Congratulations on the new job. Just talk us through how those few days have been since the announcement came out, how you're settling in, I suppose.
Well, thank you. Well, I think it's been pretty much a transition over the last few weeks, months. It's not been, from one day to the next, a huge change in responsibilities, something that has happened gradually over the last few months. And so, to be honest, as I say, there's not been a huge difference in the way we operate. Obviously, there's some responsibilities that lie directly on my shoulders now, but in terms of operations and so on, it's been a transition.
And to sort of complete our hat trick this afternoon, you as well have a new driver in the team in Lucas, vastly experienced, a champion, of course. What's it like working with him?
Well, it's I think we've got two very strong drivers. One has been world champion in Lucas, has been with the championship in the championship since the inception of the championship, even before that. The other one being Edo, vice world champion. We've got two drivers that are fast, experienced. They're pushing the team forward. It's an interesting dynamic also for me in my new role. Obviously, these are guys that I raced against since I was 12, 13 years old. So we have a long history behind us. Roles have evolved, and so it's an interesting dynamic on how you deal with that. But it's going really well, and both are really great drivers pushing the team forward. So down the line, that's a real positive for us.
Thank you. And also, just what have you made of obviously the qualifying format change and the simulation yesterday, and also the practice race this morning? I know it's very early in the season, but you guys are where you would want to be.
Well, I think the qualifying format, if you look at beyond the perspective of us as a team and performance-wise, because it remains Valencia, so I mean in the end it's difficult to read in the performance here. I think it's a step forward. I think it's a step forward for meritocracy and also for this story building of duels that might happen at the end of the season. 3 drivers fighting against each other, and I think it's going to be great for the sport, but also for the championship in terms of attracting fans and retaining fans and building that momentum going into these last races. So I think it's really a win-win-win for everybody. And as I say, for us it went well yesterday, but we don't want to read too much into it. Valencia is more about operation and executing properly to prepare for Saudi. Having said that, it's always good to put the car on the track and be at the front and know that you're fast.
Lovely, thank you. If we could open up to any questions here in the room.
Yeah, question for Gregory. Gregory, would you describe the partnership between Nissan and EDAMS as being long-term for Gen 3? Is that agreed as we stand right now?
Nissan and EDAMS work together since a few years now, and there's, of course, a deal to work together, for sure. Yes.
And on Gen 3, do you anticipate supplying another team? So there could be 4 Nissan power units out there for season 9.
These are discussions that are being held, and we will see what happens at the end of it. Of course, it's open.
Hi, question for Jerome. Obviously, you're running the Mercedes powertrains at the moment. They're pulling the plug at the end of this season. Have you started negotiations with someone for a new powertrain, or are you looking to develop your own ones for Gen 3?
No, I think obviously it's been weeks and weeks now that we've looked at what our options can be for Gen 3. Something that needs to be decided relatively soon. Obviously, there's a long lead time. It's not that you're not preparing for Gen 3 middle of next year. We already, everything on the manufacturer side. Although we're not a manufacturer, they started months ago. And team side, we need to start pretty soon looking into it. So we're working on it, and hopefully in the next coming weeks we'll have some news to share.
I think that's a lot. Thanks very much, gents, and good luck this afternoon.